Kibrit's way more.
No, I absolutely will help you bring him back. He is definitely going to need to sleep it off.
Yes, he is.
Definitely.
Well, and as you guys are having this conversation, you suddenly hear these large bells chiming throughout the town, and goes from one tower to another tower. All of the alarm bells start going off immediately.
Alarm bells?
Alarm bells, yes.
Uh-oh.
And this is so Avorie, you would know that this sound means like you need to head to your designated watch position, which is in your barracks, the North Barracks, to go get an assignment, if any, and just to also just be on hand for whatever is happening.
Okay. Blood and Bloody Ashes. This is really great timing. I have to report back to the barracks. I don't think there's anything for the two of you to worry about, but can I please get help getting this guy back? And I'll just, he won't be able to report for duty, but we'll make something up. So if you can help me, please. And I'm like,
of course.
Kibrit.
What?
Alarms. Don't you hear the bells? Do you hear the bells?
Oh, yeah. Huh? Yeah, bells. Go.
Yeah, come on.
We gotta go back to the North Barracks. Gotta go.
So I know where Kibrit's coin pouch is, and I just take it off of his belt loop or whatever and reach in, and I pull out and I look and see that he really did win a lot of money. So I just take a gold piece and throw it on the table for the drinks and wave at the barkeep, and we start making my way out the door. I'm pretty rushed right now because the alarms don't sound for any reason. I mean, there's got to be something going on. So
yeah, so you can see as you guys exit the atmosphere that was when you entered the tavern. The festival has completely changed. People are rushing. It's still mostly Borderlanders, people from the territories of the Borderlands, and they know what those bells mean. They know where they're supposed to go. So everybody is moving quickly, but expeditiously. It's not chaos, but people just are like, we don't know what's going on. And there's comments back and forth like, do you think it's an attack? What do you think it is? You know, why of all days on Coronation Day? So you guys had very quickly, Avorie, you'll be able to take everybody down the back streets so you can avoid some of the major commotion. And as you assemble in the common room of the Black Owls, you'll see that Massaro, it has already arrived, and he's strapping on some light mail, but not heavy. And he's like, okay, folks, this is what's going on. There is a fire that has started out in Hopetown. And right now we have been tasked to go and gather people, get them away from the fire into safety. Some of the other teams are going to be trying to put the fires out. Our job is to go and rescue as many people as possible. So he lays out a map and he starts clustering people together and giving them assignments, telling them to go back to where all the storeroom, where all the equipment is, the equipment room, and to grab what equipment that they think they need and report to the foot of the bridge to the ossuary there, and they will provide each team with a cart, 2-horse cart, to go literally grab people and shuttle them back over into Hopetown. So he looks at you, Avorie, we've got a couple of strangers here. So what the fuck happened to Creepin? Blood and Bloody
He's been
Ashes.
drinking.
All right, day off. I'll let it slide. But yeah, put him to bed real quick, and then take those two with you. Go get supplies, and then head out to grab your horse. So, and if we could switch to, unpause games. So you guys should be able I don't know why you're not switching over to this new scene. Configure, preload, no. All right, so you walk into, after putting Kibrit to bed, you guys just move him up very quickly, tell him to stay put, and then Avorie, you take them down into one of the rooms out. You go out the back of the common room and kind of around the corner, and there is a large room outside the bordering the training area. You walk in, and there is a short but very thin man, balding, with a clipboard. And this is Hallett, who is in charge of all of keeping the Black Owl supplied with everything that you need. So he makes sure that y'all have enough food, enough ale, because, you know, that's important. Making sure that all the supplies are up to date, that he makes sure that the equipment is in good repair. If you guys need your horses shoed, he talks to the blacksmith about that. So he's the person you go to if you need something. And people are rushing in and out of the room just with arms full of supply. They've got ropes, they've got satchels full of other equipment. They're just grabbing things that they need that they think might be useful in rescuing people from a fire.
Okay.
And on the POV screen, if you don't mind popping it up so our watchers can also see what's going on. There we go.
Okay. I'm gonna grab a climber's kit. Grab a couple of things of rope.
Yeah. So
I think
sure
we should get,
because
we're supposed to be helping.
Put out fires.
We're supposed to be helping get people away from the fire, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So possibly rescuing people.
So maybe a bucket.
Yep.
Okay.
And
hold on, I have to reload my boundary, I think.
We're gonna grab a bell to like ring out so people can find us through the smoke if the smoke is overwhelmingly.
Good idea.
Now, does you have two different kinds of rope in here? Would silk rope burn faster than hempen rope? It's not as
probably burn faster, but it's stronger. And it weighs less.
And it weighs less.
Okay. And it weighs less. Okay. And we would also have access to whatever's in our inventory, right?
As well,
like whatever else our characters have on them. Or it's just
if you have it on you. So if you think you would have brought it from the dormitory, you would have it on you.
Okay. No, I wouldn't have it on me. I was gonna ask just about that. How far away is the dormitory from here?
You would probably because you're right now at the north side of town, so of New Hope. So you would need to go back through town, so you could really quickly pop into your dorm room if you wanted to grab something.
Yes. I think Shainale, she wants to get her rapier. She doesn't have it with her right now, and she really wants to get it just in case, because they're saying it's a fire, but who knows like what the circumstances surrounding that is, and she feels very exposed without a weapon. So I think she's going to she'll pay the grocer the gold for got a bucket, and she's going to say, I need to go back to my dorm and get my weapon, and I will meet you back here. Or meet you back. Is there somewhere where they said that we need to, like, a direction that we're supposed to be moving in? Or just towards the fire?
So there's an ostler right by the bridge that you would meet. So if you came off the bridge, they would tell you, you know, turn right, as I point left. Turn right once you get off the bridge, and you'll see the sign for the ostler, and they'll have the horses, the 2-horse cart ready for you.
Okay.
So yeah, Shainale is gonna run. She's gonna run to the door.
Give me an athletics check to see how quickly you can make it.
Athletics?
Yes. All right, and then Erdem, was there anything that you wanted to grab from the storekeeper?
Just a bucket, and I don't see anything else really that would be helpful unless there's like sacks of sand around.
No,
but I
they're
assume...
just empty sacks. Yeah, there's like sacks, satchels, barrels.
No, the bucket would probably be enough, and there'll be water and sand likely around, so that they'll be pulling out. So the bucket is probably the most useful thing.
All right. So you guys you've collected 10.
I'm gonna leave the bucket.
You get a little bit lost.
I will leave the bucket with them.
Okay. You get a little bit lost, but you're able to navigate, like, get quickly. You're not used to this ground. You get lost once, but you make it back to your room. You grab your rapier, and then around this time, you're able to meet them at the foot of the bridge. Right, so you guys got both a hempen rope and a silk rope, a jug.
Oh, there we go.
All right, and you see the fire?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So I made these dots because again, this is very small. So I made these dots in you guys' colors. So hopefully they're coming up, because the colors on my screen are different than y'all's screen. So the purple is Erdem, why is that green? The pink is going to be Shainale. I don't know why that didn't change. And then I believe the greenish is...
That's like the bright blue, right? Is me.
Yeah,
the bottom one, yeah.
Yeah, that's you. Have this be Shainale and this be Erdem. And I will delete this last one because Andrew was not able to make it today. All right. So I will move your dots together. So just let me know if you decide to separate for any reason, because I'm going to be controlling, just give me directions about where you want to go. So you guys go to the right, to the ostler. And then the way we're going to do this is it's just going to be a set of skill checks. So you guys are going to I'm going to give you each get a turn to make a decision about what you're doing and where you're going. You guys are going to see smoke billowing from this side of town. Get the clicker to work. This side of town over here. And that is approximately in this lower quadrant. Let me draw a square real quick. So this is the quadrant that you were told that you should be searching in. Any questions? Who's going to drive the cart?
I don't want to be the one to drive the cart because I am familiar with these streets, so I'll be able to duck in and duck out to kind of scout for people. So I would rather not be the person to do that.
I can drive it. I can try.
Do you know how to handle horses?
Well, considering my background class is soldier, I do have proficiency in tools of a vehicle, land vehicles. So, but you can go ahead and try.
No, please go ahead.
Just wondering if you'd like to try. Go right ahead.
All right.
Mm.
So, roll me, Erdem, an animal handling check. So that will be our first skill check.
Hey!
All right. With
Let's
a
go.
Hey.
dirty 19 with your animal handling, that's a 21. So yes, you get up, you're very comfortable, get settled in, you grab the reins. Avorie, Shainale, are you guys getting in the cart? Are you running alongside? What are y'all doing?
I'm alongside. I'm not going to get in the cart.
Shainale?
I'm gonna run alongside as well.
All right. So, Erdem, you go. Giddy up. And then we'll start with Avorie and Shainale. Both give me an athletics check to see if you're able to keep up with the horse trotting. Oh no! Alright. Shainale, you guys needed to beat a 13 to be able to keep up with them. So Shainale, like, Erdem gets a little bit ahead of you, but he's...
Oh, come on!
Yeah, but you're not very far behind.
Erdem.
Avorie, you're just like... You're very distracted by the fire. This is stressing you out. This is your home. These are your people. And you're just kind of stopping and telling people to go, 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 go. You know, trying to get them. Luckily, you don't have very far to go. So we've got one positive check and 2 negative checks so far. 1 success and 2 fails.
It's just great.
So you pull up. Are you going to start at the beginning of your block or at the end of your block?
I think we should start at the end and work our way forward, closer to.
I think so too.
I know, because I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Haha. All right, so Erdem's here.
I'm gonna zoom this in super close. Does that look good, or do you want it a little zoomed out?
That's perfect. All right, so Erdem, you pull up towards the further part of your block. You do see that the fire is raging just on the outskirts of where you're supposed. So this right here, where my blinker is, it's basically the backside of you guys' zone. So are you going to go down that street? Are you going to stay on the main street?
Yeah, I will run down that street and not into the fire, obviously, but to the nearest door that is probably going to be consumed by that fire and knock on it to see if anyone's in there.
Okay, so you just knock?
I mean, knock hard and yell out and see if anyone answers.
All right, give me a performance check to see how loud you're able to
No
yell.
performance anxiety now, Erdem. This is very important.
Okay.
So, yep, you're you've got that loud soldier's voice, and you're just able to scream really loud into the room. You are heard, and you are able to rescue 2 people. So 2 people come out, a woman and like her teenage son come out. They're coughing and just like, we didn't know where to go.
It's okay. And I go like, yeah, like, so I've just been like, fire, fire, through the streets, go! As I dash to the other side of the street and start knocking on other doors as well.
All right. And at this point, Shainale, you've basically reached this bottom corner. What are you doing now?
I think she's gonna try and do the same thing. To try and start banging on doors, look for any sort of around.
All right, so you're just gonna knock on the door?
Yeah.
Yeah. So give me a performance check then. Nice. Yeah, so you also have that loud, commanding sea voice. You're used to being able to herd over the waves. And you are able to rescue 3 people from this room. So are you guys telling them, what are you guys telling them to do as you're rescuing them? Are you telling them to get in the cart? Are you telling them to run?
I'm just telling them to get to the street because shorter instructions are better.
Because that's what the carts are.
All right. And then Shainale, are you giving it? What type of directions are you giving?
What it's for, right?
The cart is that you can bring people into the town if they don't want to run. So you can load up people. Okay. You can fit about 15 people in this cart.
Okay. So she'll say, to the cart if you can't run, otherwise run to the town.
All right. Avorie, you finally catch up. So what are you going to be doing?
I see that they're already making way, all across this row. So I'm gonna go, so a question. Are there gaps in these buildings? Like midway up, like right here? Is that like a gap?
Yes, that is a gap.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up here, yes, in there, and I'm gonna start doing what they were doing, but on these sides of this.
All right, so you're just knocking on the doors. You're not going in the doors.
I'm fervently knocking, and I also have a bell that I bought from the quartermaster. So I am ringing the bell. I'm ringing that bell like cowbell, and yelling at the top of my lungs, knocking on all the doors, just kind of frantically making as much noise as I can.
All right, give me your performance check. And go ahead and make it with advantage because you are being loud and delightfully.
I have cowbell.
Obnoxious. Yeah. That obnoxious, wonderful cowbell.
Okay. Performance with advantage.
17. Very nice. Yes, you are able to rescue 2 people from that side of the building.
Perfect.
Now, as this is happening, the fire begins to spread. So, and Erdem, I am going to need for you to make a Constitution. So the fire spreads into the building where you're in. What are you? It just like leaps over the flames start going up as you're rescuing these two people.
Okay.
What do you do as the flames start to consume the building that you're immediately in?
I mean, I just have to back away and just go back down the street. And then as I see Shainale, I say back up. Like I just like run back towards the street. Like there's only so much you can do against fire.
Okay. Oh, I'm trying to click on you and not the fire. But that's not working. I'm going to grab you and move you to the street, and then I'm moving the fire back. Aha. Technology. I will not be overcome by it. All right, so you're just running away at this point.
Yeah, I mean, run back, and then Shainale, they're like, run, Shainale.
All right, so Shainale, what do you do?
Shainale would like to try and embrace the source and cast the spell.
All right, so give me a composure check. That's a D20 plus 3 for you.
Nope. 8. God damn it.
Your affinity is fire, correct?
No. My affinity is water.
Water, okay. Never mind then. Because I was... Well,
yeah.
You can use an affinity dice to attempt... I'll allow you to use an affinity dice if you want to use that to help you embrace the source, but I believe
I would like...
actually with an 8, you need to beat a 50. Yeah, that wouldn't add up. Never mind. That math doesn't math.
No.
I'll give you one more chance to embrace it if you'd like to try again.
Nope.
Nope.
Try again?
Yes, if you want to embrace it again. So do the D20 plus 3 to embrace the source.
Okay.
Can give you 2 bonus actions, essentially.
Oh.
Wow. You're consistent. At least. Another 8, yes.
What is going on?
Very, very consistent. You're not, unfortunately, you are not able to embrace the source at this time. Is there anything, so that's your bonus. Is there anything else you want? You're just gonna run? Okay, so you guys are running back to the cart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You rescued 3 people. That's a good thing.
All right. Avorie, what are you doing now?
Okay. So
yeah.
I take it I can't get in here at this point anymore, right? Because
you can search you can choose to go into the buildings that, so if you wanted to go through and look for people in that building.
I don't want Avorie's story to be over before it starts. But
we all
Avorie,
watch Backdraft.
Avorie does have a little bit of not a hero complex, but a drive to protect the people she feels are family, and she feels that the people of New Hope and surrounding areas are family. So she's going to go in here and try one more time just to see if there's anybody who's stuck in this area.
So is she's going over to the next courtyard?
Yep.
Okay.
And she's going to cowbell again and just yell at the top of her lungs, if there's anybody out here, please.
All right. No. Give me a performance check.
music gets to a crescendo. It's so... Do I get it with advantage again because I have the cowbell?
Yes, with advantage. Ooh, very nice. Well done.
Yes.
An 18. So this time we're going to roll a d8. Still only 3 people. You're yeah.
Okay. So I'm motioning, go, run that way towards the street. Run towards the street. Just don't stop. Just run. And as soon as I see the last person come out, I start running behind them.
All right. And then as you're doing that, though, the fire starts spreading. So what do you do? Like the fire starts consuming as the people, it just hops over the buildings. You're almost completely surrounded at this point. What do you do to save yourself? Or
so I drop into prone position and I start low crawling. Stay out of the smoke. To stay out of the smoke. Like, it didn't like instantaneously, right? It's just starting to catch fire around me. It's not like already a burning inferno.
Yeah, it's
right?
not a burning inferno, but the roof surrounding you is on fire.
But I'm still in a courtyard, so there's still open air, right? Okay, yeah. So I'm going to low crawl. Like, well, okay. So in the military, you have high crawl and low crawl. Mm-hmm. I'm high crawling. Okay, so I'm on all fours, but I'm high crawling, staying low enough to try to stay under the smoke cover. But of course my movement is impeded right now. And I'm ringing the bell out in the hopes that people will hear me and be on the lookout for me.
Okay, give me an athletics check. And in order to get basically to gotta click on the right thing, basically out to this alley to where why is it not clicking? Where out here to where this safety zone is, you're going to need to beat a 13 athletics check. Nice. Well done. Well done. All right, and Shainale and Eric, you guys will hear this bell just ringing and slowly coming towards you. I will move this, and then Ertum, it's back up to you for what you're doing as this fire is continuing to spread on your block that you're supposed to be covering.
Okay. I will go back up the block a little bit to the other houses on the other side, and knock on those doors as well.
So like over here.
Yeah, just basically on that L corner, basically. Again, do another, I'm guessing, a performance check.
You're just knocking. You're not going to try to do anything different.
I mean, I'm just trying to get whoever's inside those houses out. It's obviously going inside the houses is going to be end up being a death trap, right? It's like this fire is spreading quickly.
It's possible, but it's a choice you can make.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, another performance check, just a holler.
Yep.
Oh no.
No.
You start coughing from all the smoke that is billowing. Like the wind just gusts in your way real quick as you take that deep breath to do the drill sergeant holler and just start like hacking up a lung or two. Shainale, your turn.
I want to try it again to embrace the sword.
Okay.
Because I feel like some rain would really help.
All right, give me a composure check.
Come on.
Yes!
Let's
You
go.
Okay.
take a deep breath and you're just like, I got this.
Yep.
And
So,
you feel that glow
Shainale
opening up.
Is going to So I want to cast Create Water. And I can choose either water in an open container, or I can do it as rain in a 30-foot cube. So I would like to do it as rain in a 30-foot cube.
All right. 30-foot cube. And I know I've got... So we are going to draw a square. Let's see. And what was that? Because right now all my lines are...
Reload application. What did I accidentally hit a button?
All right, so ping where approximately you want it to be. Do you want it to be directly over like this fire here, or do you want it more here? Do you want it to the left?
So I think I can actually... I can place it. Let me know if you can see that.
Yes, I can. I'm going to shrink it a little bit. Oops.
I need to reload my Foundry. For some reason, it relogged me in as the viewer for both of my
interesting.
Yeah, windows. So I'll be right back in Foundry.
Yeah, so that's a little bit more than 30 feet. Basically,
yeah.
It's not letting me click it. We are winning all over the place today. Here, I can draw one that's approximately... Okay. So that's approximately. So do you want it here? Do you want it?
What would be better? I think putting it towards the front, I think, would be a little bit better, just so that it stops. It can sort of halt the spread of it, so it's not getting into the road. Yeah, that seems good.
Embrace the source. I am giving you guys another success. So you guys have 6 successes and 3 failures so far. And then, Shainale, if you can possibly delete your box. So you click on drawing tools and then select drawing, and it should be able. I just can't. It's not selecting for me. Great. And then Avorie. It is all of a sudden it starts raining very, very close to where it's like the water just starts coming down behind you, and you're like, there's no clouds in the sky. What the? As you're low crawling or high crawling out, ringing your bell.
Okay, so I've stopped ringing the bell because I'm in safety now, right?
You are.
So I am gonna get up and start herding the folks that have been running from the block to the cart. And I'm going to be checking on them to see if there's anybody who's like significantly injured, or, you know, just kind of like triaging people as they come by me. You know, and I'm like coughing. I'm coughing a little bit at the same time because, you know, I've inhaled a little bit of smoke and I'm definitely sooty, but I don't think I'm the worst for wear.
No, you are not. Roll me a medicine check to see how everybody is feeling.
Jesus. That's a great roll. Amazing. So great. So great.
You're still kind of focused on the fire and you're not really looking at people. So, and also you don't see Erdem. So you're a little worried about where Erdem is.
Yes. So once I make sure that all of the folks are kind of mostly okay, I can tell no one is going to die of smoke inhalation or something like right now. I start calling out for both Erdem and, oh my god, why did I just have a brain fart with the Shainale. I'm like calling out for both of them because I can't see either of them right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like calling for them. I start ringing the damn bell again, even though it's really annoying as all get out. I'm like, Shainale!
All right, and then the fire continues to spread across. It jumps across the street, and the roofs over here catch on fire. So, and Erdem, it's your turn again.
So I'm just like coughing out my lungs, right, because of all that smoke. What do the doors look like? Do I hear anybody other than the bell ringing?
I'm ringing your bell
for this.
Sorry, you froze up there for me.
Oh, are you trying to investigate right now, or are you just trying to use your passive investigation and save your action for something else?
I mean, it's up to how do you want me to handle this? Because it's kind of an emergency.
I'm asking
situation.
you because it's either if you're taking the time to actively do an investigation, then that will be your action. If you want to use your passive investigation, just like as you hear and then make a decision, your passive investigation is only a 10.
Then it's going to have to be an active investigation. I'm trying to find everybody here, like to get them out. So I'm just trying to find everybody.
So you take a breath and you're like, all right, I'm listening. You definitely hear the crackling of fires. The bell has stopped. So roll me your investigation check and let's see what you get.
No. Oh my god.
So
He's stinky.
no, you're
nose.
still coughing and you can't hear, like you're trying to listen, but you just keep coughing so loudly that you don't hear anything but you're coughing in the fire.
Okay. I'm obviously this is just like too much in this area. I gotta get clear so I can actually be able to do anything. So I move back out to the street where the cart is. Okay.
So you come on around, and you see Avorie there. It looks like she's trying to heal or check out people, but she's just not really paying attention to them.
Okay.
Shainale, it is now your turn.
Do I need to embrace it first again?
Once you've embraced it, you're still able to maintain it unless you had chose to drop it after you channeled that spell.
Right. I want to do the same thing again and create water again and do another 30-foot cube.
Okay. Where do you want to drop it? Tell me.
So just below the original one.
Okay, like there?
Yeah. A little bit lower. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So more rain just starts getting pulled out of the sky, and just the moisture is starting to accumulate and rain down on these fires. And this fire actually starts to recede a little bit. And And then Avorie, it is your turn now.
What do I do here? How many people have we rescued?
You have rescued 2, 2, 3, 3, 8, 10 people so far. But only 3 have been sent to the cart, so you've only got 3 at the cart.
Isn't the cart right here, right in front of it?
Yep. Yeah, the cart is essentially right here on this.
So the other people are just milling around in our general vicinity right now?
Mm-hmm.
Or are they kind of running towards...
Most people are starting to run towards the bridge. Yeah, they're not milling around waiting.
Okay, so do we see any signs of other people coming in to try to fight the fire yet? Like, do we see...
There have been people running past you with buckets. There are some channelers that are doing exactly what Shainale's doing.
Okay, so does the fire look like it's mostly getting contained right now? It's
spreading south, but the buildings, again, because of Shainale's channeling, it's containing it, spreading towards the street.
Okay.
It's not spreading as fast as it was originally.
Okay. So, since I do have the ability to channel, even though I don't channel effectively, I can feel someone embracing the source nearby. And I go down to the edge of this building down here where Shainale's just around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I see her glow with Sidar. And I kind of like touch her shoulder and I'm like, are you okay? And I say, I know what you're doing. Are you okay to keep going? And do you need my help? Oh, wait, can we? I forget.
Not yet. You don't know how to link.
We don't have a link. Okay. Nope. Okay. So I ask, I'm like, are you okay? Are you going to keep going? Or it looks like what we've been tasked with is pretty much done. Do you want to keep moving on and helping, or do you want to help me get the people back to the other side of the river?
I'll go where the rest.
You just totally broke up there.
Oh no, sorry. My internet is being really glitchy. Sorry. She's gonna say, I'll go where the rest of you go. Just give me the word.
Okay, so then I look over and I see Airtum up the block. And I jog up to Airtum and I'm like, are you okay? And
I just, I look at you and I will be okay. I would. I could not find anyone else.
I have a flask of water in my bag and I hand it. I reach in my hand and I give it to Airtum so he can drink some water and kind of.
All right.
Thank you.
So you're helping a teammate out. That is one successful interaction.
I said, I think we've done everything that we can here. It looks like the fire is moving in the opposite direction. Maybe we should get the survivors back to the meeting station and see what else they have for us to do, if anything.
So as the fire spreads and as you say that, you are going to hear screaming coming from this vicinity of help me, help me, help me. I'm in here with my 3 children. Help me.
Okay.
I
And-
immediately dash in that direction.
All right.
And
so you're running, you're dashing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I just take a real quick moment and tell the people who are kind of like lingering around, kind of like aimlessly and lost, saying, you can stay here with this cart until we get back. If any of you knows how to drive it, you can drive it to get yourselves to safety, or you can start running up the main road and there will be help for you just north of here. Because I have to make sure that the people who we've already helped don't stay in danger. So after I've done that, I'm going to turn around and dash behind him, like as fast as I can behind him.
Okay. All right. And then I'm just going to move you guys kind of close because it's not layering well for me. Shainale, what are you? So as you guys dash, so you're heading into the fire. Is there anything that you're doing to help protect yourself before you go into the fire?
No, I kind of just ran in. I was
just ran in.
Bit about
Okay.
it.
Mm-hmm. Shainale, what are you doing? And you're still embracing the source.
Shainale is gonna. Yes. Shainale is gonna tear a piece off of her sort of tunic that she's wearing, and tie it around her face to sort of protect herself, and then rush off.
All right. So, and you guys rush into the fire. And what were you doing as you get in? So, Erdem, you don't have anything covering your face. Shainale, you're trying to protect yourself from the smoke. How are y'all looking around? You hear this screaming, and you think you hear it coming with your passive investigations. Both of you, all three of you, actually have a 10 passive investigation.
Would it be with considering that it was kind of an instinctual thing, especially knowing it was that, could we go, what would it be with my passive perception?
With your passive perception, you have a 12, so that would, between your investigation and your perception, like it would give you a kind of a generalish direction. It's in one of the buildings directly in front of you. And that's why I'm trying to get out of you what you're doing, because then that's going to direct me on how, A, specifically what you're doing, and then B, how you're doing it will depend on if I give you any modifiers, advantage, disadvantage, what type of roll it is.
Okay, so all right, so what essentially what I'm doing is, the reason I dashed is because I'm gonna toss myself into whatever building that scream was coming in from to get him out.
Okay.
Because there is no knocking in this. The reason I was knocking before was because if there's I'm not gonna go willy-nilly into a house if I know there's nobody in there. I'm gonna knock on it and go knock on the next door. This is as efficient as possible. If I know there's somebody in the house, then I'm going to go in there and get them. This obviously is someone in the house. So whichever direction it is, I'm going to jump into that house. Okay.
Are you using any of your do you have any fancy feat type things that you're trying to use?
No. I don't have anything that would would work in this situation. No.
All right. Cool. So give me... So since you didn't wrap your face up, I would have given you a plus something. But so just take an athletics check as you're diving into this building to see how if you're able to get far enough in there to grab them.
Excuse me.
All right, 14. Yeah, so you're able to get in there quickly. You bust down the door with your shoulder and you do this quick little roll thing and stand up on the feet, and you see them huddled in a corner. So it's a mother and her 3 smaller children. So roll me a D4 to see how many of the kids you can grab. And if you 3 or 4 will be just, you can grab all 3 kids.
Shit.
So, because you're still coughing a little bit from before, and so you're still having problems breathing, you're only able to really get your arm, and the kids are all squirmy and they don't want to leave their mother. So you're really only able, she shoves the infant into your hands because that's the one that can't walk. To like, here, take this one, as she's trying to corral her other two children.
You said that they're fighting against me?
They mostly want to hold on to their mom. They're not letting it's difficult to pull away, but you just need to leave. And so you take the infant, knowing, hopefully, that Shainale and Avorie are behind that might be able to help.
Okay.
Right. So Shainale, you did wrap your face up. So what are you doing? You saw Erdem basically break open the door and dive in. What are you doing? Because you're coming in hot on his heels.
Me or Shainale?
Shainale.
Oh, I'm going to try and do the same as Erdem and grab one of the kids to take them out.
All right, so you're just running in and grabbing them? Okay, let's do a contested roll, just a straight D20, and because you did mask up, I'm going to give you a +3 because you're not going to be choked by inhaling the fumes. So roll me. Oh, oops! I just rolled as you. I rolled as Erdem, so let me unclick. Whoops. All right, so the kids are struggling against you, and you're not going to be able to grab either of them at this moment. Avorie, did you do anything as you're running? Did you do anything to help protect yourself, or are you just running straight in?
Yeah, I have my cloak that I wear, my traveling cloak that I always have on me. I've wrapped it around my head and the upper part of my body, and I even took a flask of water, and I've dealt with fires before in the wilds, so I know how to best protect myself. So I cover my head with part of my cloak, and then I wet it.
All right.
And I'll kind of push past Shainale a little bit, and I kind of want to try to do something, but I don't know if that's...
Well, just describe it to me and I'll tell you.
I know. No, I'm trying to think. I want to try to distract the kids, to keep them from being scared. So I kind of want to use prestidigitation to make some kind of like interesting mark on the floor towards the door that might distract them, and then say run towards the mark. Like that's kind of what I want to do.
So embrace the source to see if you're able, because this is a bonus. Embracing the source is a bonus.
Yes,
action.
It's a bonus action, right?
So
we'll
see if you're able to embrace the source, and if you can, we'll go ahead and do that. If not, you're going to need to think of your plans.
Okay, so remind me what I got to do to embrace the source again.
It's the D20 +3.
D20 +3. Okay.
Yeah. That's your composure skill check. Oh, you, my dear, beat your DC. You are able to embrace the source.
God bless, finally. Okay, so I embrace the source, and I decide to kind of try to cast like a reflective, mirrory kind of symbol on the floor by the door, and to yell to the kids, come to the reflective symbol on the door, run this way. And
so give me a persuasion check with advantage.
With advantage. With advantage. Oh my god. The rolls are against me.
So you guys have 7 successes and 7 fails at this moment.
Good lord.
So the mother is just freaking out because she just can't get a hold of the kids. They are being a hot mess. Erdem, you're sprinting out with the infant. What do you do with the infant? So you're exiting the fire. You're able to safely get out. The cart is still there with 3 people.
Yeah. I mean, I sprint out to the cart and like immediately just like start checking the baby. It's crying. So if it's crying, it's getting there. If it's getting there, it's fine. I'm not going to leave it, so I have to wait.
All right, so give me a medicine check then.
There's 3 people by the cart. There's 3 people there.
I don't know these people. Like,
it's his choice. He's allowed to do what he wants to do.
And that's fair.
You have no
my
idea about baby. You're like, it's a baby and it's crying.
It's a baby, it's crying. If it's crying, it's alive. If it's alive, it's fine. That's all I know.
It's not visibly on fire.
It's not visibly on fire, and it doesn't seem to be burning, so it's cool.
Alright, Shainale, what do you, so your second attempt, the kids are still there. Avorie's made some little dancing star things by the door to distract them. What are you trying to do now?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try and do the same thing as Avorie and try and reach out and be like singing, and just sort of back into them and say, "Come with me. It's okay. It's going to be okay."
All right, give me a persuasion check with advantage. Because you've got the dancing stars, you've got Avorie and her calming voice, and you're trying to very deliberately, so definitely get advantage on this one. Yeah.
Finally.
So, roll me a d4. If it's odds, you only get 1 kid to pay attention to, and if it's evens, you get both kids.
Okay.
You get both kids. Yay! Very nice. So they're just like sniffling, and they grab onto you, and you're able to expeditiously exit the building. Avorie, the mother, is still there in a freak out panic. What do you do?
I grab her hand and tell her your kids are outside. I kind of like
bringing
her,
them to
just a real quick moment, just like take her by the hand and then by the shoulders, turn her around to face me. Your kids are outside. They're safe. We need to go right now.
All right, are you trying to intimidate her, or are you trying to persuade her?
Both.
Roll me an intimidation with advantage. There, yeah, she's just like, okay. So with that 16, you are able to convince her to go with you.
Great.
And all right, so that gets you guys up to 9 successes and 8 failures. So you get out. You've got the kids in the cart. They're all crying. The mother sobbing. The people next to them are starting to cry because everybody's just in freak out mode. So Erdem, if you're there as you see Shainale and Avorie start coming out. Everybody's crying. What do you do?
I see the mother come out, and I just go, "Here, here you go,
Baby.
baby, baby." And it's just like I'm like holding it up like this, right? Like not really her
Is this meant to like help calm her down, or what is the intention of this gesture? Like,
just I'm giving it back to you. You handle this, and immediately I like try to ping my two teammates and see if they're okay.
All right, give me an investigation check to see if you're able to register everybody's status.
Hey.
Yep, they're looking good. So they were smart enough to cover their faces, so they're not coughing. Shainale's got a toddler and kind of like a 5-year-old in her arms as she's coming out, and Avorie bringing the mother and just kind of shoving her towards you and the infant. Shainale, what do you do? And again, everybody's crying, they're freaking out. Like all of these people are losing their minds right now.
Is the fire still advancing?
Yes, the fire has started to spread further west.
But not towards us, right?
Not at the moment. The water that you had seems to be slowing it down, progressing in your direction.
Okay. I'm going to cast my last spell of the day and cast Bless on all 3 of us. So everyone gets a D4. Everyone gets a D4. Wait. This. So. Oh, I guess I get select tokens, right?
Yeah, I don't have the tokens up there. So we'll just, so everybody gets a D4. So just remember that, y'all, that you can use it.
Okay.
Once, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And Avorie. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, you get it. I was just gonna say you get it. A second until the spell ends. So it lasts for a minute. So yeah, it's a minute.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Okay, Avorie, your turn. So you come out holding the mother. Eridum is like, baby, and the mother grabs up the screaming infant child. You see the 3 people who were already in the cart. They're feeling the stress. The 2 other kids.
Not to mention the horses, right? I mean, like the horses.
The horses are prancing because they're stressed out. Like there's fire. There's screaming people.
So is there enough room on the street for us to turn the cart around?
Yeah, so you've got this little turnout area over here.
Okay.
Where you could turn the cart around.
So at this point, Avorie is very done with the chaos and the mayhem. And just, even though her throat feels very scratchy, I just decide to yell at the top of my lungs, everybody get in the cart now or you're on your own. So anybody who's left in the vicinity who hasn't already started making their way north, so I guess I'm trying to intimidate or...
Okay. Yep, so... Give me an intimidation check.
I'm really tired. I'm really tired.
It's difficult to hear you over all of the screaming. We are 9
so
to
then
9.
Can I just like start?
You've got your bless.
Oh, my D4. Yeah. My what? My bless. So can I add a D4 to it?
Mm-hmm. Maybe that'll get you. With an 11, like the people in the cart and the ones that are close to you do hear you, but they're already in the cart.
Okay, so I guess then I just I still kind of have my hands on the woman's shoulders, and I kind of just push her gently towards the cart, like just, you know, physically like hurting her and her children. It's very similar to hurting Gwen. When I can't contain Gwen, just like trying to get them towards the cart. And I look at Erdem and I'm like, are you okay to drive the cart? Are you okay?
I will be probably fine. Yes, I will be fine.
So can I tell that he's really not fine, even though he's saying he's fine?
With your passive perception of 15, yes, you would very much notice that he is not doing great.
So I have to wait until I to use Cure Wounds, right? I can't do that this turn, right?
Not right now because you're
trying
to herd
people. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all right, so the fire is starting to spread a little bit more. Erdem, it is back to your turn. We have 9 and 9.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, however it goes at the end of this, I was gonna go up to 10, but I'm gonna give everybody one more turn. So you guys are literally tied for whether this succeeds or fails.
So I get up on the wagon seat, and just like see the people are getting on, and I'm like, people are herd animals. As soon as they see that people are on the wagon and starts moving, they're gonna start following. So I just like, yeah.
Okay, give me your animal handling check.
Can I do it with an advantage since I have a vehicle?
Yes,
proficiency?
you can. Absolutely. Right. Excellent. Yeah, so you're able to get the horses to calm down, get them to focus, and you pull over into the little grassy area, give the fire a little bit of a wide berth, again, to help the animals calm down. People do start notice that the cart's going, and so you're just literally just tossing children up into the cart. There's a couple people from the building behind you that run up, and so other people are starting to hop onto the cart as well as you slowly start moving down the street back towards New Hope.
Okay.
And then Avorie, what are you doing?
I can see that all of the people are getting, into the cart. So I kind of help the small children. I lift them up to their mother so that they can be in there. And then I make my way up to the driver's seat and pull myself up next to Erdem. And just because I am a helper and I'm already embraced the source, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Erdem.
I'll give you 2 for this one. Give me an acrobatics check to see as he's moving if you're able to hop into the cart.
Oh my god, if I miss the freaking cart. Oh shit, come on!
Oh, a D4 with your bless. You can add a D4 to that. So roll a D4. Yes. All right. With a 15, you are able to successfully hop up into that cart.
Okay.
And as you're going along, you lay do you want to just do it, or are you going to ask permission?
Oh God. So I reach out to start to touch, but then I kind of pull back a little bit, and I'm like, he's Ebadari. He's basically Shanchan. And I'm really hesitant. I'm like, are you really okay? Do you need immediate help? So I just ask, I'm like, stop here. I'm like, just about to touch his shoulder. And I'm like, do you need help?
Now, I've noticed them channeling before, right?
No, you were around the corner when Shainale started doing the crate water. So you wouldn't have noticed her making any sort of hand motions, whatever she was doing to call the water from the sky. And then you were already out of the room when Avorie started her channeling. So you have not seen either of them channel. You didn't notice them like doing anything weird to embrace the source.
Yeah, no, and I just like, no, I just need to get away from the fire. I will be fine. I will be fine. And I just keep I keep going, and as we get farther away, I don't, I think just as you get away from fire and smoke, it gets, we're clearing up.
Yeah, you weren't taking any physical damage. You're just you were inhaling and coughing, so you weren't getting damaged by it.
Okay, so I retract my hand, and
I just kind of stare at you like, I'll be fine.
So,
because I think that you're just like trying to hold me up for some reason. I'm like, that's fine.
So Shainale, would you have gotten in the cart as it was turning around? Or okay, so you're there with the two kids. You're helping them up into the cart. What else are you gonna do as you start to drive away? Is there anything else you want to do?
Thing is, there's nothing really else I can do, because I am all out of juice for today. Wait. Please hold. No, that's not gonna help.
So the kids, everybody in the cart is still crying. Everybody is visibly distraught.
Okay.
So
I think she's gonna try and settle the people down. She's gonna try and be a calming presence, and just again sort of get down to their level, especially for the kids, and try and speak in a very soothing voice and say, "It's okay." And I think she'll try and point out like the horse and see if she can get them focused on like an animal instead, because that might be something to focus on, instead of the big scary thing that's happening right now.
All right, give me a persuasion. Are you like character acting? Are you performing? Or are you just more like talking calmingly? Are you trying to persuade more than perform?
I think
whichever check is better is what I would say doing.
Right now she's trying to. I think she's. Yeah, that's exactly. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Or persuade. I mean, it's kind of the same. It's the same score right now. I think her instinct is to persuade more so, because she's focused on the kids, but she's also hoping that it will affect other people as well, because it's not just the kids that are panicking,
so
right?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion with advantage, since you're you've got things that they're deliberately going to be focusing on. It's not just the calming voice. It's horsies are cool, and there were shining lights before.
Yes.
Did you bless yourself also, or was it just the other two people you blessed?
I did. Yes.
Right.
No, I did.
You can bless yourself.
I blessed all three of them.
Ah, very
bless
nice.
yourself.
You and Avorie have the same exact roll.
Bless myself.
Really? With a 15.
There you go.
With a 15, the kids, they still have these crocodile tears coming down their face, but they're like, I like horsies. And then they start telling you stories about their interactions with horsies, and the older one has gotten to ride a horsey before, and she's still, again, crocodile tears, but she's just telling you this very happy story, and she's trying not to cry. How kids do that, like they just don't know how to change their emotions, so they're still feeling this one extreme emotion,
100%.
but they're distracted. And the toddler is just like,
and Shainale is like,
point.
Yeah. And Shainale is like, you're very lucky. I've never been on a horse before, so you are doing much better than I am. You're very fortunate.
I like horsies a lot. I want a big horsey when I grow up.
Okay. I'm sure you'll be able to get one. I'm sure. Yes.
So as you pull away, for anybody who looks behind, you'll see water just being pulled out of the river. For those of you who channel, you'll be able to see that there's a mixture of Sidar, and it looks like it's being woven in with something invisible. For you channelers, or you Sidar channelers, Erdem, you don't see any weaves at all because you're not a channeler, but you do see this column of water getting funneled out of the river and pouring down on. There's also more rain starting to be created, so there's just some active work being done by people who can channel both Sidene and Sidar going on, and the flames start to go out slowly one by one. There is still smoke rising from the houses, but you have been able to successfully evacuate your section of the town. And you bring everybody to New Hope as instructed by Massaro. You offload them at the front of the town, and there's somebody there to grab the horse and the cart. And Avorie, you know that you're supposed to report back to the Black Owl common room after you finish your tasking to see if there's any other assignments that need to be given out. And this is where we're going to end the session today, is as you guys finish up this task and head back to the common room.
Yay!
Yay!
Did it! We did it!
We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! I mean, only 5 people died in the fire.
Nobody died in the fire. You were able to save all your people. No, you guys were very close to failing that and having the fire overtake you. That fire was very close to overtaking you and killing all the people.
So I have a question.
No.
Yes.
Was the inn that Erdem is staying at impacted by this fire?
No.
Okay. Because it would be really sad for you to be totally penniless and homeless
Very
the day
much.
you arrive.
Yikes.
I may be the mistress of the chaos, but I'm not a total dick.
I mean, I personally would have done that, and I thought that's what you were going to say.
It was a possible outcome of you failing. So people were going to die, and Erdem's stuff was going to burn up.
Oh my god.
Yes. So, but since you succeeded, it happened to not be one of those was not his inn.
Yay.
Thank
No.
you.
You.